Lizard boogers on me.
Oh, sorry, gang.
Gang.
Killer. Look at that frog. Beautiful. How's it going, everybody? It is afternoon on January 1st of 2026. And I'm out here this afternoon attempting to find a rosy boa. It is far from optimal conditions today, but I did want to try and look for a rosy boa on January 1st. I'm going to try and do a lot of targeting for boas this year, so I figured it would be a nice way to start out 2026. Right now, it's pretty nice out. Overcast, probably about 65 degrees. I'm actually going to head out to the desert after this and do some looking for some slender salamanders, but yeah, we'll see if we find anything here flipping around. All right, well, first find of the day, little Batrachoceps major, Southern California slender salamander. We're gonna be looking for another species of Batrachoceps later today, but look at that. Great way to start out the day. Oh, another one? Oh, he's got some cool red striping on them.
I know.
Nice. A couple slender sals. All right, and to add to the roster, we have
He's gonna keep rolling,
a gecko.
rolling.
That's kind of a cool find. Make sure he doesn't eat the salamander. He probably would if he could.
Bro's pissed.
That's awesome. It's actually really cool. Very nice. All right, well, we got a desert hairy scorpion. That's kind of cool. Side blotch.
Side blotch is cool.
Hands. I'm gonna get proof for the doubters out there.
Yeah,
hold on. Because I know someone's. I'm gonna get if we find anything. I know I'm gonna get a message from people. Well, you didn't do the right thing, whatever.
Right shoes.
As always.
Yeah, which I mean, valid, but still, make sure you.
Yeah, sometimes at home, like in between handling certain snakes, I'll do the same thing.
All right, so we got a pretty exciting crew out here tonight. It's January 1st. We're doing the desert slender salamander thing again, but the difference is this time, we got crew with us. Lots of sets of eyes. Usually when I come out here, I'm by myself. So excited to see what we can turn up, if anything, with a bunch of extra sets of eyes. Who knows, but we'll find out. Hopefully something good. All right, well, a good start to the night. Not that it's anything too crazy exciting, but usually we hike out here with 0 herps, so that is nice to see a little red spot. There is a herp up here, I'll tell you that much. Got a Coachella Valley desert snail and some bighorn sheep. Footprints right there, look at that. All right, well, we got another toad. This one's scaling the side of the cliff. It's good. We know our eyes are working. All right, well, that's kind of a cool spot. Look at that. Mern's rock lizard and a rock crack. January 1st, Mern's eye. Look at that.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome.
I got lizard boogers on me.
Oh, sorry, gang.
Gang.
Killer. Nice female, I think. I don't think that's a male. I think that's a female. Or female type. Might be like a juvenile or something. It's pretty cool, man.
Girl.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good fun.
That's cool. We hope the stick insect.
Oh, that's massive.
That's a pretty big one.
You know.
Look at that pose.
He's a stick.
Bro's fooling me. I mean, I'm fooled. I don't know.
He must
you
be
guys.
a stick. That's him.
The sun's gone though.
Aww.
We got more herps. We're not having much luck with the salamander in question.
Great picture.
This is so funny. We're getting lizards left and right. Where is he? Oh yeah, there's a chuck wedged in there. Look at that.
California's second largest lizard.
Dude, he's deep in sleep.
Oh.
He's all caked up too.
How
Look at that.
me shit?
He's
awesome.
He's not even looking for school.
Well, we got the tail end of yet another chuckwalla.
Yeah. Nice habitat description, bro.
Oh, man, my group's too strong.
You know.
We got places to be, man. Derek and Brody could get about it.
Derek.
It doesn't look that bad. If it was dry, it's supposed to, right?
It's very entertaining. Everyone's coming back down. You good? All right, folks. Well, we're just finishing up our hike for the night. As you can see, the city lights are down there. we're getting back into civilization. It's been a good night. Didn't find our slender salamander, but it's all right. We had a great time exploring a different canyon with some good friends, and we did see some herps. So yeah, I'm not sure when the next time I'm gonna get out is, but I will see you guys back at it again. Alrighty, good evening everybody. I'm getting out here tonight. It is a rainy and foggy evening here in Los Angeles County, and I'm gonna go out and do some road cruising for some amphibians. There's no lifers or anything like that in our area, but I'm gonna hit a spot that's just very close to me. See if I can find anything out on the crawl. There's a few different frog species and a few different salamander species that are possible out here on the road tonight. So we'll see if we can get anything, and I'll get back to y'all with our first find. All right, folks, well, change of plans. Unfortunately, the road that I was planning on cruising is closed, so I'm not gonna be getting up there. So just gonna be doing a little bit of walking around. Unfortunately, I'm quite unprepared for that. I don't have a poncho, I don't have hiking boots. But I'll walk around for a little bit, see if I can uncover anything. My parade got rained on, literally and figuratively, so yeah, just gonna have to do a little bit of hiking for a little while. Well, most of the road is closed, but that didn't stop me from getting this awesome little guy on the tiny little bit of road that's open. Check out the super nice green Pseudacris fragilia. You do occasionally get green ones, but to be honest with you, it's been probably at least a year since I've seen a nice green morph like this. Look at that frog. Beautiful. These guys come in a very wide array of colors, from green to brown to white to even gold I've seen, and anything in between. But very cool. It's been a minute since I've seen a nice green tree frog like this. This is very awesome. I'll take it. First find of the night. Definitely a cool one. All right, well, I moved this guy off to the side of the road here in this little puddle, this little pool. What a beautiful little frog, man. I love the Pseudacris, but especially these green ones. Not something you get to see a whole lot of, at least here in SoCal. So very cool. We'll keep cruising and see if we can find anything else. All right, folks, well, what I think I've decided I'm gonna do is I am just gonna make short passes here on the section of road that is actually open tonight. So, I mean, it was enough to grant us an amphibian already, so hopefully we'll get some more. So, the moon is starting to come out right behind that cloud, and there's a very rare phenomenon that I've never seen. The camera is not going to pick it up very well. I'll intersplice a camera picture in here, but there is a moon rainbow out here, a moonbow in the fog, opposite of the moon. That is so beautiful. I'll try and get a picture. Hold on. I mean, I'm sure the camera's really not picking it up all that well, but that is an incredibly beautiful phenomenon. Like I said, I'll make sure to intersplice a camera picture in there later, but that is spectacular. All right, next up we have a much more typical kind of dark grayish brown Pseudacris frog. This guy does look quite a bit more standard than that nice green one we had a little bit ago, but still a nice frog. But yeah, we're gonna keep moving here. Nothing too notable, so we'll escort this guy off the road and keep on with our search. Seems that he's found a spot that he quite likes. All right, come on, buddy. Also, between this frog and the last one that I showed, I did also get a DOR western toad. So, unfortunately, there is still some road mortality out here, but we're getting herps. All right, maybe 200 feet further up the road, we have another one. This one's a little darker brown. Very nice. All right, well, I'd be lying if I said I'd expected it to have taken this long, but after a couple of hours of road cruising, we have a live western toad. Very nice. Another species on the night. Nothing too exciting, but they are objectively cool animals, so very nice. We'll move this guy off the road and keep cruising. I'm on my way back home at this point, but I got a decent amount of habitat still left to cover, so we could encounter some more things. I'd say we very likely will. But yeah, I'll get back to it. All right, we have another western toad. This will probably be our last herp of the night. We're almost back into town, so yeah, I'm not sure when the next time I'm gonna get out herping is, but when I do, I'll be sure to let y'all know. All right, everybody, good afternoon. It is a nice, honestly, beautiful and warm January day here in LA County. And I'm out doing some hiking around, maybe a little bit of flipping as well if we find some good rock. I hate to admit that I was out pretty much all day yesterday with a pretty good sized crew doing some flipping, and pretty much all we managed to track down was a couple slender salamanders, so definitely a bit of a dud yesterday. But today's quite a bit warmer, and I have a little bit of time to get out and go do some poking around. It's hard to say exactly what we'll find out here, if anything, but I do think it's possible we could track some stuff down. Yeah, I'll get back to you guys with any finds. Well, these guys are out. Suppose that's a good sign. What's going on, everybody? It is Monday, January 12th, and we have the start of what's supposed to be a very nice week of weather here in Southern California, which I'm hoping will bring about some nice early season flipping. So that's what I'm going to try and get up to today. Unfortunately, all this week I have quite a busy work schedule, but I'm going to try and get out at least a little bit in between work. I have a little bit of time right now to go poke around, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys with any finds. Well, I just had a little skeleton skink get away, but there's a little western toad as well, so we were getting stuff under these little boards here. Hopefully that'll continue to be the case. All right, well, that may seem like a pretty boring find to a lot of people, but these are actually a pretty uncommon sight in this part of the county. We have a nice little slender salamander here. Definitely going to take a few camera pictures of this guy. That's a nice find. My first in this area. Very cool. All right, well, that was nice. By no means earth-shattering, but cool find for a little fence post, especially in this area. We'll keep flipping. All right, folks. Well, I do have to get going back to work, but we did find a few herps. That slender salamander was honestly kind of a nice find. But yeah, I'm going to be busy for the next few hours, but I'll be back out in the field this evening. All right, just got finished with work for the day. That's a nice board. But yeah, we're back at it. Gonna see if we can get anything else this evening. Still a little bit of light left. I gotta do a little driving. I just saw this thing roadside, but yeah, we're gonna get back into it. All right, next find of the day, a sleepy side blotch lizard. This guy's very cool looking. He's got those stripes going down his back. It's pretty nice, honestly. Another herp on the day. All right, yeah, another sleepy lizard. This time, it's a Scoloporus. What he said. All right. This is a relatively common lizard in a lot of areas, but one I always love to see. Xanthusia vigilis, the desert night lizard. Very cool, active, just interesting little lizards. Nice, I'm gonna take some pictures of this guy. It's a cool find. All right, one more little look here at this awesome lizard. It's starting to get actively dark on us here, but I always love to see a nice Xanthusia. These guys are just really awesome, personable lizards. They got great personalities, very curious, and an uncommon find in this area. I mean, in some places these guys are quite common, but pretty uncommon around here. Stoked on that. Gonna keep flipping. It's definitely getting dark on us here, like I said, but we're gonna do what we can. Awesome. All right, little buddy, back into your trash heap. He was tucked right underneath this little bag, so back he will go. Live long and prosper, little buddy. All right, folks, well, it's getting late out here, as you can see. I've exhausted all the boards and stuff in this area that I wanted to flip, so I'm gonna call it quits for tonight, but I'll be back at it again tomorrow. All right, everybody, it is Tuesday, and I am back out here at it again, looking for snakes once more. I got a little bit of time here right now, and I'll have a little more time at the end of the day once again. So we're gonna see if we can flip anything. Yesterday didn't give us any snakes, but it was quite productive otherwise. So maybe today will be the day that I get my first January snake, who knows? I gotta say, these are some pretty impressive jumbles up here in the hills. They just go on forever, so I like it. I like it a lot. Well, despite what I would think is pretty primo habitat, didn't get anything. It's definitely still a little bit early in the season, so I won't say that I'm shocked, but it is what it is. I'll be back out this evening to try again. Alrighty, we're back a few hours later. Gonna flip some boards and junk for the next few hours. I know a couple spots around here that have some decent ground cover stuff, so we'll see if we get lucky. Hopefully we'll find something this time. All right, nothing terribly exciting, but we do have a little skeleton skink here. Something on the evening. It's nice. All right, well, that was pretty unsuccessful. Poked around for a while, and all I saw was that skink. It's all good, though. I'll be back at it again to try tomorrow. Alrighty, it's Wednesday. Another day. Hopefully not another skunking, but we are going to be out in some very nice rocky hills this afternoon. Got about an hour and a half of sun left, and we're going to get to some flipping. It hasn't been working out for me the last couple days in terms of snakes. We have seen a few relatively interesting herps, but I'm hoping today that'll change. We'll see. I'm yet to pull a snake from this specific area, but it's not like I've been trying very hard, and it looks like some really gorgeous habitat, so we're gonna give it a go, and I'll get back to you guys with any finds. Well, I've been flipping pretty hard over the last probably hour and change, and I haven't gotten any reptiles, but I am awarded a very nice view of the sunset here over the Sierra Pelona Mountains. That's worth something for sure. Well, simply no luck this evening. We're gonna have to once again give it a try tomorrow. Alrighty, folks. Good afternoon. It's Thursday, and this is the last day this week I'm gonna be able to do any flipping over here. I do have a nice weekend plan, but I'm gonna try one more time this evening to get a snake. If the rest of this week has been any indicator of how things are gonna go, I'm not exactly super confident, but you never know, and you definitely don't get snakes by not trying, so we're gonna give it a go. I know this last bunch of days has probably been a little bit boring video-wise. It's been a grind, we haven't seen anything, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of how brutal this stuff can be sometimes. I mean, it is January, but I have a very exciting weekend planned. Gonna be meeting up with some good friends and looking for some unique and rare species. Not that that's been particularly productive lately, but as I said before, you're not going to find anything sitting on the couch. So yeah, I'll update you guys with any finds this evening. Well, it ain't winning any rarity contests, but this board did have a nice western toad underneath. It is a herp, so it's at least worth some points. All right, we'll put this guy back under his board. Pretty nice one too. Look at that little green, another green pseudacris. I do like these guys. Well, pardon my initial ignorance, but there actually is a pair there. Very cool. We'll leave them be, but that's cool. Nice breeding pair of pseudacris. I don't think I've ever seen that during the daytime before. I mean, it's evening, but there's still light, so it's kind of neat. All right, folks, well, a relatively slow end to the video here, but I wanted to give you a little slice of what the herping's been like lately. Notably not good, but I do have some exciting plans for the next episode. Who knows how it's gonna go, but we got a couple days off. We're gonna be heading down south, so hopefully find some good stuff. But yeah, I wanna thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.